Everybody's talking about the bodies. Everybody's talking about who won, but the Force finale wasn't trying to shock you. It was trying to reposition the entire Power universe because, yeah, Tommy survived. Yeah, the war swung his way. But the ending is basically stars saying Chicago was the chapter, not the story. This wasn't a clean finale, it was a handoff, a victory that feels slightly unfinished, a threat that refuses to die, and a cameo that basically turns the last episode into a launch pad. So let's break down what happened and what it almost guarantees is coming next. By the end, Tommy's standing, which is the headline. He's alive, he's breathing, he's still the problem. And the show frames it like he's now locked in as Chicago's kingpin. But here's the part people keep missing. In the Power universe, king is just another word for target. Tommy didn't end the war. He survived the wave, and the finale makes that clear by letting key enemies stay on the board. Not because the writers forgot, because the next story needs oxygen. Then Tariq shows up. And if you watch that moment like it was just hype, you missed the strategy. Tariq showing up does two things at once. One, it instantly tells the audience these worlds are about to collide again. Two, it upgrades Tommy's future from Chicago boss to national level threat because Tariq doesn't pop in unless the universe is shifting. That's not a random visit, that's a bridge. And once Tariq helps tip the scales, Tommy's win starts to look like a trade, short term dominance for long term heat. Now let's talk about the decision that changes everything. Jenard survived, and the finale keeps the door open for revenge. In most crime stories, the final episode closes the book. In Power, the final episode leaves a bookmark. And Jenard staying alive matters because he's not just a rival. He's a walking reminder that Tommy can't build anything stable in Chicago without a new war forming underneath it. Even worse, the finale hints he isn't even alone in what comes next. Then there's Mireya. The ending leaves her fate in that specific power style fog. Not a dramatic death, but an exit that feels like self preservation. And that's huge because it says something about Tommy. Tommy can win streets, Tommy can win wars, but Tommy cannot protect softness. If Mireya is gone, it's not just heartbreak, it's a signal that Tommy's next phase is colder. And that version of Tommy is the one that makes crossovers dangerous. Now, the moment people are going to replay 100 times that end in tease and the mysterious call, sparking the usual question, is Ghost alive? The finale clearly wants you thinking about it, but here's the smarter read. Whether it's Ghost or not, the show is using Ghost like a shadow, a myth, a symbol, a brand weapon. Power loves doing this. They don't need Ghost in the room, they just need Ghost in your head. And the second your brain goes there, you're already emotionally hooked to whatever they announce next. So, what's next? The finale points at one direction harder than the others. Tommy drifting back toward New York and teaming up with Tariq. And if that happens, it's not going to be Tommy helps Tariq. It'll be more like Tariq finally gets a crash course in what he thinks he is because Tariq is strategic. Tommy is war, and that combination either becomes unstoppable or it implodes violently. Here are the three most likely directions from what the finale set up. Path one, Chicago isn't finished. Jenard plus old enemies regroup, forcing Tommy into scorched earth mode. Path two, New York collision. Tommy returns into Tariq's orbit, and the franchise becomes one connected lane again. Path three, timeline expansion. Stars leans into the prequel lane. Power. Origins is already greenlit, not letting the present day story breathe while mythology gets built. Here's the angle nobody's really saying out loud. That finale didn't just end Force or they freed Tommy. No more Chicago only constraints. No more this character can't go there. Tommy is now a floating weapon the franchise can drop anywhere. And Tariq showing up proves the door is open. So the real question isn't, is Ghost alive? The real question is, who's about to realize Tommy Egan is the worst ally to owe a favor to? Drop your prediction. Where does Tommy go next? Chicago War Part 2 or straight back to New York? And if that call tease wasn't Ghost, who was it?